1. We are live. What is up, ATG fam? Welcome back. It is February. Valentine's just passed. We're moving on into spring. I'm holding on to like the last 3 weeks we got of snowboarding, praying for like a late storm. But I don't know. We'll see. It's been kind of a horrible year lately, but things can always get better, right? So we're on episode 91, guys. I don't want to waste any further time in introducing my guest. I'm stoked. As you guys know that watch the channel, I'm a huge fight fan. I love MMA. Those are my funnest, easiest episodes for me because I could just talk on and on about fighting and wrestling and jiu-jitsu. So I'm not going to waste any further time in introducing my guest, Dwight Maters. Let's go, baby. Akuma. What's good, bro? Make yourself comfortable.
What's good? What's good?
I had to move the camera like 10 frames back to get you in it, dude, but we got you.
All of it, huh? Big guy, little desk.
I like your choice of shades too, by the way, bro.
Hey, man, they're dope, right?
I told him, I'm like, bro, I got a fresh new exclusive ATG shades.
Look at that.
So if you guys are new to the channel, it's your first time watching, these white outlandish shades are kind of part of our brand. Kind of just like basically breaks the ice. My whole motto is like, don't take yourself too seriously, you know? So right off the rip, you guys just look hilarious. Kind of just sets the vibe.
Yeah, let's set it up more. Gotcha.
Oh, dude, let's go. Yeah. Dude, so we'll get into a bunch, but you know, obviously you're an MMA fighter. How did that start, bro? How long have you been fighting for?
Man, it's been 10 years. This is gonna be my 11th year coming up.
No way.
Yeah, I started 2015.
Dang.
Yeah, no skill of no athleticism, no nothing. I was just some random guy, and I was like, hey, I could do this.
You just went into it?
Yeah.
So you went straight from like nothing to just mixed martial arts?
I mean, I played high school football, but then I got hit by a car.
Oh, shoot.
Kind of took me out, and I kind of didn't recover from that for a couple of like 2 or 3 years, and then I kind of just stopped with sports.
Yeah.
Wasn't really feeling it too, like the whole team aspect. Like,
yeah.
someone forgot their cleats, everyone go start running.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, so I was just like, all right, no. I kind of gave up in fitness. Like at 18, if you would have been like, yo, man, you're going to be doing this, I would have been like, nah.
Isn't it crazy how life takes you just down those turns? Yeah. You look back and you're like, that one thing that was detrimental ended up leading me down this good path.
Yeah, like I kick my ass every time for thinking about the miles that I used to run as a kid. I used to just walk them and be like, PE, come on, guys.
Yeah. There's always I always joke about like, because you know how in PE, they give you the option to like do whatever activity it is, or you can walk the track.
Yep.
And there's always the hot Cheeto girls. There's always the group.
Yep. And then there was me with my earphones on. I was
just like, nah. They would be making you play some like stupid games though.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
Like
dodgeball, basketball. I tried out for all the teams. Like I had fun doing it, but the whole like aspect of working out and all that, I was not really a big fan of.
Yeah.
But I did like shot put. That was really fun for me. I did badminton.
Badminton?
Yeah.
Is badminton the one with the ball with the feather thing on it?
The little birdies.
Yeah.
I was big as.
That's gangster.
Giant dude playing with a bunch of little Asians.
Freaking spiking it. Dude, that's sick. Who'd have thought, bro?
Yeah.
You still play for fun?
Nah, not really.
I need to bring it back, bro.
It would be fun, but then that's just too much of my day that I would be wasting of like doing something I shouldn't be doing right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Like as a fighting, every moment that I'm doing of like relaxing training, I should just be focused on that.
That's true. Especially now that you found your craft and you want to take it to the most elite level.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what you're doing, you know? Like you had your pro MMA debut, what was it, like a couple years ago?
Yep, 2022 is my boxing debut, and then my MMA was in 2023. And yeah, just keep on going.
That's sick, dude. So did you where did you grow up at? It wasn't here in Albuquerque, right?
No, yeah.
It was in California?
Yep, Oakland, California. Or San Leandro, Oakland kind of area-ish. That's the area that I was born.
Heck yeah. So you bring that style.
Oh yeah, that's what
freaking let it
saying.
bang.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, I've been hit by a car before, so you gotta bring something harder than that to stop me.
I like that, dude. And so you started your MMA career out there and then you moved over here?
Yeah, pretty much. I was out there. I started my career out there. I moved here about 7 years ago, and it was just the whole like, you know, a big person.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone that I was training with was smaller, and I wasn't really getting the work that I really needed to become like that next level.
Yeah.
And I came out here and realized what it was, and
Dang.
it's been a blessing since.
You came at a good time too, because there's a lot of big boys out here.
100%.
Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking of a couple that well, obviously John Jones is heavyweight now too. There's Juan Adams is a big boy.
Savage. Yeah, he's the one that made me realize that being a heavyweight, what's a true heavyweight.
Just let it bang.
Oh,
Like
man.
I like that dude. I follow him on socials, and we'll get him on down the road. But
Yeah, he's a funny.
he's a big dude.
Yeah.
It's so funny that the way that we met is we were downtown Albuquerque. I was with my friends, and I just see this big old dude with a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And I told my friends, I'm like, that dude fights. I'm like, I know he fights. And they're like, what? I was like, I'm going to go introduce myself. I was like, hey, bro, do you fight MMA? So, yeah, dude. I was like, follow me on Instagram, dude. I'm a huge fight fan.
Yeah, he's a dope, man. He's a cool guy. But it's probably funny because you probably saw him and he's probably me mugging you and thinking like he's all intimidating. But
He does look pretty
Yeah.
intimidating, bro.
He's
I
a
was
cool
like
dude.
facing the giant. I was like, I actually kind of hope he says no.
You're like, I'm actually.
So, yeah, what? No. But, yeah, dude, there's a lot of big dudes. Like, even Andre Orlowski.
He used to be here.
He used to be here. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot. I mean, Jackson's always been the mecca of MMA for the longest time.
Yeah. And I mean, this is where I learned a lot, got a lot of my skill for understanding what MMA truly is, right? Like, MMA is a mixture of all of it. It can't just be like, I'm the best kickboxer, I'm the best Muay Thai guy, I'm the best jiu-jitsu guy. I have to learn how to do everything and understand that MMA is a game, that it's its own. It's not like I'm going to go in there, play jiu-jitsu and MMA fight.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
going to
so
go in there,
true.
play kickboxing and
You
MMA
can't.
fight. So
You
it's
can't.
understanding those other aspects of fighting.
Just flow state, finding that flow state,
Yeah.
being dangerous from any position. Oh, you take me down? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to bang? Let's bang.
Right?
Because back in the day, like whenever UFC was first, as it took off, even like in the 2010 era, like you could be a wrestler that could just bang and that's it. You'd be good. Or like you could be a dude who could just stand up and bang. But now, like you have to know all of it.
Yeah.
Like they'll figure you out, like you watch a video on someone. Oh, this dude only knows how to do jujitsu.
It's evolving every day. I mean, that's what I tell people about MMA. They always ask me what they should like, what's their base or what should they start with, is wrestling or jiu-jitsu, because that's that sport evolves every single day.
Oh, yeah.
It's just nonstop. There's new moves and new things. Striking is you kind of get a understanding of it, and you just get better at it.
Yeah.
But just keep doing it and just keep understanding it. But when it comes
The
down to
ground
jiu-jitsu,
game's crazy, bro. Yeah, I mean, I grew up wrestling. That's like my my
nice.
sport. Like since I was 4 years old, all the way to like I was even coaching junior wrestling for like 5 years, and I took off like 2 years ago. So like wrestling's been my whole life. Like I love wrestling.
Okay.
So that's why what's just naturally drew me into MMA is the wrestling aspect of it, and just seeing like it was cool getting to see college wrestlers transition to MMA, or even dudes like Cormier, who are like Olympic champions that go into MMA and do really good. It was just cool to see.
Yeah.
Or Bo Nickel now too. These guys are killers.
Yeah, they're savages.
But then again, it's like what you said, that single dimension thing. Like Bo's a sick wrestler, but he needs to work on his stand up,
Yeah, for sure. And that's someone's gonna exploit that game, but then at the end of the day, wrestling wins fights.
Yeah.
You get a good wrestler who's just on top of you, just nonstop grinding you out. It's just like, all right.
Yeah.
But I mean, striking, everything starts off on the feet, right? So
Yeah.
you just got to be willing to take a couple of shots to get into that deep shot.
That's true.
Because if not,
Take one to give one.
yeah.
Like Connor and Jose Aldo.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like take one, but you give a bigger one.
That was such an epic moment too.
Oh,
Just
dude.
understanding all that hype and then just that
It
split
was.
13-second.
Dude, it was so I'll never forget, because at the time I was like a Connor. I was like a huge Connor fan from the beginning. I just like loved the star power, the talking crap. And I used to throw these like big MMA parties or watch parties, and everyone hates Connor, dude. They're like, this guy's all talk. He just got here because of his mouth. This guy actually sucks. I was like, dude. So whenever he won, I was like,
yes, it's a victory.
"Up,
Yeah,
let's
right?
go." But yeah, dude, there's all those moments like in MMA. I mean, have you had any moments like that where you basically overcame all the odds? Like,
I mean, a lot of my career, honestly, I've fought a lot of like top tier guys. It hasn't been like an easy route.
Yeah.
I haven't really looked at like, I would just say probably my first fight that I had was against a dude that was like 38 years old, and I was just like, yeah, this isn't fun. Like, all right, cool, I get to round dog somebody. What was the
just some dude who had enough courage to take you on, or what?
Exactly, right?
Since you're rocking the shades, I would keep him on too.
So then I was just like, all right, that's not what I do fighting for. Like, I'm not there to just ragdoll people.
Yeah.
I find something a lot in myself as I go through and get pushed through all these opponents that I've been through. So it's just like a lot of people have broken me, but I've come back up and just like, thanks for that moment that I had. And now it made me a better person or a better fighter.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, people want to be like, oh no, I want the easier fights. I'm like, fuck that. Put me in a dog fight.
Yeah.
Learn some shit today. Put me out.
Dude, that's the only way to grow. I mean, in anything, I mean, in MMA, wrestling, and stuff like that, that's the quickest way to learn. Like the more you get your butt kicked, the better you're going to get. Because you have no choice. Eventually you're going to get tired of getting smoked.
Yeah.
And you're going to figure it out.
And that was my thing too, is like, I want to be active as much as I can. I want to fight as much as I can, as often as I can, because the one thing that I don't have that a lot of people do have is experience. Right. A lot of people have been doing this since they were 4. They've been wrestling since they were 4. They've been in a division. I was just like me. I was 19 years old going down a dark path in life, and I was like, man, there's something calling me about this. Let me try this and just put my game in it. So that was my thing, is like, it took me 9 years to become pro. I did so much as
Did you have a bunch of amateur fights?
I did. MMA, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu.
Just whatever you could take, like you're about it all. That's
exactly.
cool, bro.
So I was just getting all my experience up in. Because one thing I don't want to do is just rush where I want to be at.
Right. Like you don't want to make your first fight like pro, and then it's because records do mean they hold a lot of value.
Unfortunately, yeah. Exactly.
I mean, especially even that's like, it's too much almost sometimes, like with boxing especially.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing too, right? Whereas like MMA, I kind of feel like a record doesn't really. I mean, it's harder to manage.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's fucking MMA.
Yeah, and if you have star power and you're an exciting fighter to watch, like, dude, I'm gonna watch every Nate Diaz fan always, and I don't care if he loses. Like, I want to see him just throw down.
Yeah.
You know, so that's cool that you stuck with it though for as long as you did.
Man, let me tell you, there was a point when I was 19, I was working 4 jobs and still training. I was just on the go. And then one thing that made me realize is like, well, what do you want the most? To be working these 4 jobs, or do you want to actually be fighting?
Yeah.
So I just started cutting everything out, and then I quit my job, and then quit everything and just put my focus on fighting.
Dang. That's going against the grain, bro.
A lot.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because it's, all of society always tells you is just, follow this, do as you're told, do this. Yeah. Don't branch out. It's too risky. Yeah. But, like, no one's going to believe in yourself more than you, So you have to mentally overcome that.
Yeah. And I was, like I said, my point in my life, I was, like, in a dark space. I didn't even think I was going to be living until 20.
No way.
I was like, yo, like, I'm ready to go off. It's been great.
Just crash out.
Yeah. So I would never I never really thought about like, oh shit, well, 25, I should be finishing school. I should be doing this.
Dang.
I was like, yo, I should, well, the shit I've done, I should be gone. But for some odd reason, I'm still here. So I'm like, all right, well, let's keep going then.
That's sick, dude. Were you in a lot of fights growing up as a kid, or did you kind of?
Yeah, just bad place at the wrong time. I never was really like, looking for fights. Fights just came to me, and growing up in the streets, I helped to learn how to fight.
Yeah. And then being a big dude too, like a lot of people just want to challenge you. Like, oh, what? You think you're this?
But now, like, that's the thing that I learned is how to use your voice. Now I just make those people look dumb, and they're just like, oh.
Yeah.
Sound just like.
De-escalate.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
A lot of people don't know how to do that.
No, but me as back in my day, I was a hothead. Like, I was just angry all the time.
Like one word to.
Oh, yeah.
Your mom this. All right.
It would even. Yeah. As soon as somebody would say the conversation, like, say something, I'd be on their face, just punching them out.
Dang.
I didn't leave no time to be So I mean, and like a lot of those situations ended like bad situations.
Yeah.
It's like, well, fuck.
It's an art. It's an art to learn to communicate. It's one thing to know how to fight and win, but if you can defeat someone with your words or calm them down, that's like a whole other art.
I mean, that's what like fighting has taught me, right? Like everybody thinks that fighting is like, oh, you got to be aggressive, you got to be a psychopath to go out there and want to punch people in the face. But I'm like, something calming about it. It's all like, like at the end of the day, it's not about the like fight. It's about what you endure yourself. Like man, you're just in there full control of your emotions. It's the only moment that you're like, I can, this is what's happening.
Yeah, that's when you're at the best of your ability.
Yeah.
when you don't fight off emotion.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we were just talking about that Conor Jose fight. Like when you go pure emotion, you're swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
Dude, someone's just got to touch the button.
Yeah.
Keep talking real quick. I'm going to make sure we're good.
Oh, what was that?
Yo, wake up, Steve. Sorry, our intern Steve, bro.
Uh-oh.
He sometimes falls asleep.
Damn it, Steve.
Steve, come on, dude. All right.
Come on.
But yeah, you're talking about like controlling your emotions.
Yeah, that's what fighting honestly has done to me in my life, is understand that, like, you know, my reactions in life matter. And it's not just on the mats, it's about what I do outside of the mats too. When I used to come in, train, I used to be pissed off 24/7. So I tried to like hurt people. It wasn't just like understanding how to do a move. Understanding it was just like, I'm gonna get this.
Yeah.
Be a Dirk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then one day, like, someone spoke out to me and saying, like, you know, do something out of emotion. You can burn a village down. And then like, it kind of just stuck to me, where I was like, oh wow, like it's not just fighting, it's everything else. Like what my reaction, like everybody's looking for a reaction out of me. So don't give it to them. Right? Once you learn how to control that shit.
Yeah. And then once you know what it leads to too, like out of the cage, like it makes you like, because a lot of dudes who've never been in a street fight, never actually been pummeled, or just, we've seen what it leads to, and it's nowhere good. Like I've seen dudes' teeth get stuck in hands. Like I've seen, you know, hospital, police, everything. But these dudes don't like think that far, you know, they're just in the moment, fury. It's like, dude, you don't know where this could go, bro.
And like I said, I used to be a bigger dude too. I was like 400 pounds. Parking lot fight I got into this one time. I feel so, dude.
Get dirty.
So bad for that, man.
Dude, those parking lot fights are next level though.
That's what I was really putting myself into. I was like, all right.
When I grew up, we used to have I grew up in Belen, a small town like south of Albuquerque, and everyone was just, it was like a fighting culture, but no, at the time MMA wasn't really, but everyone liked to fight. So we wouldn't fight at school because it would get broke up right away. So we'd go to this place called the B. It's like in the Mesa.
Yeah. And
just circle of cars, bro. And you show up with your entourage. Like old school, just fight until someone quits. And dude, at the time, I wish I had this old iPhone. Oh yeah. Or not iPhone, iPod you could record. Dude, I could have had a whole MMA YouTube channel dedicated to the B fights.
The iTouch.
Yeah, dude, I had some gangster chick fights even. And yeah, dude, those days are gone, but
I'm pretty sure there's a video of me online somewhere out there with me fighting in the parking lot at Popeyes.
Like Kimbo Slice style at Popeyes.
Yeah, at a Popeyes.
We'll just go, hey, someone look it up on World Star. I'm sure it's there somewhere. Got Akuma. Dude, Akuma, so Akuma is like, it's a Street Fighter dude, right?
Yeah.
Who's like he's like the devil.
Yeah.
Or the evil spirit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's like a Japanese lore.
Yeah.
Dude, that's sick.
I know. I used to be I still play a lot of video games, but Street Fighter. Me and my good friend used to just sit there and just nonstop play Street Fighter.
One-on-one, just talking crap.
Right. And then for my first fight, the ring announcer's like, "What do I call you?" And I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't think about this. What are you talking about, right?" And then at the time, I was learning how to play Akuma, learn all his specials, all of this. I was like, Akuma.
In the name.
Stuck with it, yep.
So it just chose itself, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, some of the best things like that are just in the spot on the moment. Because Akuma's pretty sick. Because a lot of people, you hear it, you're like, what is that? Like Akuma, it's not. But when you look up the lore, it's pretty gangster.
Yeah, and then they look it up and they're like, wait, are you a demon? Like, no. But
hey, you kind of got Akuma vibes, though, with the shades, the red.
There you go.
The snow torch shades.
And then he also evolves, where, like, you know, he gets stronger and get all that. He gets more knowledge, more evil tanks, so he gets different personas and stuff. Like
that's dope. So you like take on that Akuma, that whole.
I love it.
Leveling up.
Yeah. Train all day, get that buff.
Dude, that's sick. I've always wondered what like a cool nickname would be and stuff.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is hard because you don't want to pick something like corny that you're gonna have to be stuck with.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's when that guy asked me, I was like, oh man, this is
in the moment.
I was gonna say Mocha Gorilla. Like, nah, hold up. couldn't have time to sit there and think about it. I was like, man.
Popeyes parking lot thrower. No, just say something.
The man on the moon.
Yeah, the man on the moon. That one's actually pretty sick. I might actually use that one still. Dude, yeah. So like with fighting and stuff, like whenever you first got into it and you like kind of learned how to control your emotions and all that, and you actually were going through all of your your amateur fights and all that, what would you say was like the hardest? What do you think's been like the hardest skill to adapt to so far? Like ground game, you think?
Yeah, it's just getting comfortable with that. I mean, yeah, it's just getting comfortable with the ground game, getting comfortable with like, the evolving it. It's not just like, all right, I got to fight. I got to train for this for the next 6 weeks or 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And then after this fight, I don't do anything. And then, that's where that gets into place where it's like, no, like I'm a student of this. I love what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, is after this fight or after any fight, I keep learning, keep going more. And I feel like that's the biggest struggle that the biggest thing that was like, well, you're in fight camp for this long. You should take a couple, like, you just keep learning, keep getting better.
Those off seasons.
Yeah.
Those off seasons can mess you up too. Cause I mean, I forget who was talking about it. I think it was Dustin Diamond Poirier. Mm-hmm. They were asking him like, cause he's been fighting frequently, and he's like, dude, when I don't have a fight to look forward to, or I don't have a goal, he's like, I'm reckless. Like I self-sabotage, like too much free time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you just kind of, you almost need something to just keep focusing on.
Well, that's what I've been learning.
Keep making goals.
Yeah, that's what I've been learning. When I first moved here, it was nothing but training. I just sat here, train. I had no life. It was just that. But then you get burnt out. And that's when it's like, all right. Like,
have a little bit of balance.
Exactly. So you start finding balances. And then, you start finding hobbies that you enjoy, things that you want to go do. But the moment where you wake up and you're like, I don't want to even think about fighting. You might want to rethink that because this is something that you have to be engaged with. It has to be something that you're willing to wake up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. to go do.
True.
And if it's not, then that's where it's the hard part, right?
Yeah.
You may be talented, you may be gifted, but if you don't got that hard work in you, then
that discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Cause consider that's a good thing that you have. That's a good trait. Cause a lot of fighters, it's the other way where they get distracted way too easily. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's my whole early upon rise or my.
You're kind of dealing with that.
I did a lot of that before I was fighting, though. That's the thing. So. I found fighting at that great time in my life where I was able to transition where I won't have to miss the parties or miss going to Vegas or miss drinking every day or like any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I got rid of that.
Got it out of your system almost in a way.
Exactly. And it took a while, but you understand that what alcohol does to you as an athlete. And you're like,
oh, yeah. Oh, dude. Same thing. Like it was because I've really been trying to focus on the gym. I haven't been doing any like wrestling, nothing like that anymore. Just gym, getting healthy. And I kept on restarting, dude. I would like do good all week, go out Friday, feel like trash Saturday. And then it was like a repeated thing where I'm like, I'm not getting enough bang for my buck, So when I like cut out drinking, I was like, dang, I'm like improving. Like I feel better throughout the whole week. Like even Sundays where I would normally take a rest day, I would like go ride my bike.
Yeah.
And then when you start seeing the results, then you get even more motivated.
Yeah.
You want to just like keep it going. And then like you can make like your hobbies like something that like can also make you, improve your physical, fitness. Like you were saying snowboarding or surfing or stuff like that. Yeah. Like you could still have fun and not
have to partake.
Get trashed, you know?
Yeah. I used to skate a lot. I had a longboard back in California.
Dope.
But I would do it drunk.
Longboard drunk?
God, I still remember like
can't get a DWI, can you?
I mean, yeah, 100% you can.
Anything
can. With a wheel, you can.
Oh, shoot, I didn't know that.
Right in dirty. But no, yeah, that I still remember all the slow motions times of like me falling and still like protecting the beer, but like eating asphalt.
Just to protect it.
Yeah, I'm just like,
dude, that's brutal. Yeah. I remember, I think I was drinking. I was riding a quad. Allegedly, I was whatever, or I wasn't even drinking yet. I had 40. The big 40s in my backpack. And I was drifting on the dirt, and it was like where the dirt met the concrete. So I was sliding on the rocks and it hit the concrete and I just flipped it, dude. Oof. And when I landed on my back, that freaking 40 just like punched me, dude.
Ouch.
And so don't drink and do activities, guys.
No, especially with 40s. 40s hurt.
Yeah, dude, a 40 into your back. That's why I don't shred with the JBL no more. Like, the JBL speakers, a lot of dudes like to shred with them. Like, dude, if you fall, that thing's just going into your freaking spine.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Wait, what's this dude? Yeah, we don't want no fatalities. Nope. Dude, speaking of that, because you were saying you like that fighting game, Mortal Kombat's my favorite. It was my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to throw down on that.
Your character you like?
Liu Kang for sure. I like Liu Kang and Kotal Khan probably. He's like this Mayan dude.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And
I spent time on Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Is the new one sick?
I haven't played. I can't lie to you. I haven't played any of those. I just got a PS4 and I just stick to playing like fucking Apex.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Apex is the one. That's the 3-on-3 type.
Yep.
Right.
Special characters.
That one's sick because they all have superpowers and like, dude,
Yeah.
that's dope. I played that online during COVID a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so. I haven't played Mortal Kombat, the new one either, because I had only had a PS4.
Oh damn.
And I was so pumped when it came out, dude. I was watching the trailers. I was like, this game's gonna be sick.
You saw what was it, Jason and Leatherface. And
Oh yeah,
I was just like, what?
yeah. There's some crazy
and Ninja
characters,
Turtles. I'm like, what up a sec?
dude. They're going out there, and then now you could be like Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah.
It's like it's sick. But
Yeah.
I was, and then they're like, dude, we only sell it for PS5, and I just went home so sad.
You're like, no.
They're all, but if you want to buy one, $500. I'm like, dude, I'll come back.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna
right?
go play Halo 1.
Yeah, $500 for a system now.
Yeah, 500. And then
Insane.
PCs are like running $2,000. Some of them. I don't know. You said you have a PC?
No, I used to, but
Yeah, I've never. I mean, I don't know. I'm not that into gaming to where like, you know how they say it's faster.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
I don't care that much.
no. I was before fighting. I used to work at Best Buy. So
At Best Buy?
Yeah.
Heck
So
yeah.
I sit there and then I just start buying a bunch of shit
It's
I
just
didn't
like
need,
you
and
see all the sales and everything. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cop that.
you're like, oh yo, hey, half off. I'm like, fuck, I don't need it, but all right.
Dude, so whenever have you always fought heavyweight?
Yep.
Yeah? And so you were like a lighter heavyweight when you first started, kind of, right?
When I first moved here, I went from 400 to 230.
Dang.
And I was walking around at 230, but then I sparred a legitimately heavyweight, and he hit me as hard as he, or not really hit me as hard as he could, but he hit me and it connected. And that's when I realized, I'm like, oh, there's a difference from a light heavyweight than a heavyweight.
Yeah.
People that cut from 300 pounds and down, I'm like, oh,
Like that power,
yeah.
that strength that
Versus
those dudes
that
carry.
speed, I'm like, yo, you could be fast and all, but once you get connect, it
Dangerous.
wakes you the fuck up.
Dude, so you lost how much weight? Like how much time did it take you to lose that much weight?
Oh man, it
Like-
took me like a year and a half to lose from. Well, I was 400 when I first started, and my first fight was in December, so it took me a while. I'm not so sure how long it took.
That's
me
a
to
lot of weight, though.
Yeah.
That's
I got really addicted to it.
so you were like, let's go
Yeah,
diet, everything.
I started seeing everything go down. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't have to go to liquor stores to buy 5XLs anymore. I was able to go to Walmart and buy bullshit large shirts. And I was like, oh shit, I could do this now. So I got really into it, but then I was all like, nah,
So-
I can't do it.
So like right now, are you like on a path where you're still trying to gain weight, like healthy
Yeah,
weight, or are you like at a good spot?
I'm at a
where you-
good spot. I feel at a good spot where I'm at now. I just want to lose a little bit more weight to gain more muscle.
Mm,
That's what I feel like I could do.
that's good.
I don't want to get any bigger. I don't want to walk around any bigger.
Unless it's muscle.
Yeah, exactly. But I also having to cut as a heavyweight. I mean, I don't know your experiences with weight cuts, but like,
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
suck.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit there and be like have to stress about a weight cut, or like have to sit there and be like, oh man, I gotta not have to watch out.
Mm-hmm.
I like to just chill and just not even be carefree and fight weak. So it's like try to find that middle
To where you're not
it's
sucking weight at the freaking
Yeah.
weigh-ins,
Mhm.
dead.
like, mhm.
Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, I had to cut weight a lot, like in my high school career. But at the time, they like now we have YouTube, bro. You could look up some health dude who tells you how to get to XYZ. Like we didn't really have that, bro. So they would just all they cared about is if you're on weight on the day.
Get there.
So if you have to freaking starve yourself for 2 days, run with bags, but eat tacos on Monday, they don't even care. No one.
Get there.
Like it took me all the way to like my junior year to like start counting calories and doing
Yeah.
stuff like that, you know? Whereas you don't really think about that, like, cause in like as a kid or even a lot of fighters, you don't realize calories and how it adds
everything.
weight and protein. And like we would starve, go freaking eat like Taco Bell, throw down, go to Furs, whatever. And then you'd just be like slowly start. So
Yeah.
like you said, it's so important doing it the healthy way.
Yeah.
And just always feeling good instead of like,
Feeling shitty.
oh, I'm going to just go crazy and then die for 4 days.
Yeah, and that's
know?
what I've learned to do too. Is like, I mean, shout out to Jordan at NFP. He's helped me a lot to understand how to use what I have, like how to eat good,
Mhm.
nutrition, how to get strong, how to actually lift. He actually like shows me, like working with him has made me realize like being strong in MMA matters.
Heck yeah.
Like understanding to just hold someone, just hold them matters. And that doesn't work by just doing, martial arts.
Yeah.
You got to hit the weights.
Dang. So you hit the weights a lot, like during the week?
Yeah.
Usually?
Yeah. 3 times a week.
That's good, man.
He programs everything. He helps me there, gets me strong, and makes me. I felt a huge difference working with him. And
That's good.
I praise him every single day. And I'm like, man, thank you so
Heck
much.
yeah. Dude, those guys in your corner, they help out.
Yeah.
And it's smart to utilize the resources. You don't realize how many people know so much about certain things.
Yeah.
Even like we were like with Hydro Bar, like kind of how we got connected. Just how important drinking good water is. All the scientific facts behind it, all the stuff that you're just like, whoa, I didn't realize.
Yeah. And then
how important. Like it just sounds simple, drink water, but.
And then there's a lot of people who are just like, nah, it's just water.
Yeah. Yo, but shout out Hydro Bar. Shout out to Tim. I had Tim on the podcast.
Yeah.
And he knows I'm a big fight fan. He hooked me up with that Sean O'Malley card, that collector's card.
At that.
And because he likes to collect stuff.
That man collects everything.
And yeah, bro. Like he sent me your Instagram and I was watching your stuff. I was like, dude, this is sick. Then I saw all the Cudi vibes too. I'm like, this guy's I already like this guy.
Man, I love his outfit.
And the MF Doom too. I almost wore my MF Doom shirt tonight.
Yeah, did you? Nice.
Yeah, I love Doom, bro.
R.I.P.
The alter ego, I like that whole thing. Even like with the Akuma, you're saying like those alter egos.
Mm-hmm. It works,
Doom,
man.
it's cool.
You gotta go in there and act the part, right?
Yeah, Fight Club even.
Yeah.
Like you gotta tap into that. Like I was watching one of your videos, like where you were saying how you started seeing like a sports psychologist to help you with your mental game.
Oh yeah.
Was it worth it? Did that help out a lot?
100%. That's one thing about fighting that people don't understand. It's a big mental thing. If you're not there, you could do all the physical shit.
Yeah.
You could go lift. You could go choke people out. You could go get kicked. But if you're not working what's inside their head, it's gonna be a done deal.
Dang.
And that was what I had no idea. Like, man, like everything from visualization, feeling what a jab feels like, feeling what a punch feels like, feeling what a stuffing a takedown feels like, feeling it first as you're closing your eyes and you're imagining it so you can feel what it feels like, and that, you have that, this is how it's supposed to feel like.
Yeah.
It's the stuff that he'll help me out a lot with. He helped me out with a lot of power words too. Like once I started getting flustered in life, I would think of these power words. Settle in, focus in. We got something here.
Like, cause you start getting weird in your head sometimes, and you could spiral.
You could do 1,000 hours of physical, but if you don't control yourself mentally, it's gonna be a long night. And that's what I tell people. I'm like, it's more than just what you look like physically. It's about what you have inside mentally. And if you have a lot of demons, it's gonna show.
Yeah, that's true, man. And then also like just what you speak out loud too. Like I'm a real strong believer in like what you say about yourself. Like that ends up becoming true, good or bad, So if you're constantly like, oh, I'm worthless, I'm never going to be this, you just start believing it. And then you are, you just made it that. But if you say, you even look at guys like we're talking about Connor, like, no, I'm the best. Even if he's not the best yet, in his head, I'm the best.
He believes it.
I have to be the best. You have to believe, you have to become delusional in that faith of like, I'm the best, I'm going to do this.
Got to ride with it too.
Yeah, and then you got to meet it with discipline. You can't just.
Yeah, discipline's the biggest thing. When it comes down to discipline, that's the biggest thing. People like let away, right? Where it's all like, I want to go run.
Yeah, that's true. Like you can be the most motivated person ever, but if you lack discipline, you're not gonna grow. Because I'm motivated, I'm gonna, and then you're like, okay, we'll show up 6 days a week for 2 hours. Why? Then you start making excuses.
That's how I like to test myself. I'll go run half marathons and be like, you either go do this shit or not.
You just put yourself in the fire.
Yeah, I like to put myself in the fire. That's how you feel alive, right?
Yeah, that really is, bro. I can agree with you on that.
Like I always tell myself, man, I need to start doing this. I need to do that. But then there's days where I just instantly just flip it and be like, nah, man. We gotta do it. We'll do it now.
Yep. Whatever happens, happens.
It goes.
Sink or swim.
Yeah.
It's like that in the cage, dude. Sink or swim. Like you're gonna be in the deepest waters you've ever been in, but the best you want to do is like do that before the fight. Yeah. So when you're there, you're like, oh, I've been here.
And that's the mental part of it too, where it's like if you go into a fight and you worry about the knockout, worry about the takedown, worry about what could happen, and then you expect it to see that and it could happen. Put that in your head, right?
Yeah.
So say, nah, man, he ain't gonna do it. And if he does, all right, cool. Then I have other options, but I'm not gonna let it panic me.
Right.
I'm like, yo, if anything happens in the fight, anything could happen.
That's
I'm
true.
okay with it. You can take me down, cool. Let's go down. Work my ass back up. I know what to do in these situations. I know what I'm gonna do. But
yeah,
that
panic, dude. That panic. It when people panic, that's whenever they lose.
Yeah.
Or whenever they just dive in a desperate shot, or it's like that's when you get that flying knee.
You learn.
You learn, yeah.
You learn. We're like, well, shit. Patience is the key in life.
That's one thing I lack is patience, bro.
Damn, I know it's hard.
Like, just like you said in life, bro. I'm like I like want things
instantly, right?
You know,
instant gratitude. Where like,
I could see it, I could almost grasp it, but it's like just maybe you could do all the things in your own power, but sometimes it ain't gonna happen unless just time takes over. Some things in life just work themselves out, and if you jump the gun too quick, that's whenever things fall apart. Like you said, there's always like a right place, right time. Like preparation. My dad used to always tell me, or what does he say? Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So everyone wants to say, oh, he's lucky. Oh, he just met. It's like, no, dude. He was training his whole life for that one moment, that one conversation that led to that.
Yeah.
And if he wasn't all there and didn't do all that, then that would have never happened.
Yeah. And that's what some people have to do is go out there and get that spark, go do that little thing, because it turns into a lot of people, like turn into something.
Yeah.
A lot of people could be like, oh, all the self-doubters. Oh, fuck, maybe I want to quit my job and do this, but I don't know how to do it. Well, fuck, quit your job. Put yourself in the fire. See what happens. You sink or swim.
Dude, that's something. You got to overcome your fears, dude. You have to.
Yeah, like when I first moved here, I had no plan. I just knew I was going to show up at a gym and train.
Dang.
So I drove here 15 hours, got here at 1 a.m. on a Saturday and looked at the gym, and I was like, well, I'm here. Now what?
That's crazy.
And that's where the whole Marvel Endgame started. It was like, oh, you got to sit here and figure this shit out. If not, you got to go.
Dang. When you're forced to you were forced to be successful, you had, when you're literally put yourself in that, like, we're here.
Yo, I'll sleep in my car if I have to again. It's nothing new to me.
Got to do what you got to do, man.
I've been homeless. I've been this. I've been that. You just keep showing up.
Stay hungry. I'm sure that made you, when a lot of people get things handed to them too in life, but they don't learn that hunger. That hunger is what sets you apart from the herd.
Yeah.
That drive, even just the courage to take risks.
Yeah.
Like to send it. I like to just send it sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I always tell people is like all these crazy adventures or crazy shit that I be doing, because I be getting myself into some shit where I'm just like, what the? But I always like tell people it's like looking down at a waterfall, right? Like at the edge of the cliff, you never know what could happen. At the end of the day, it's mostly safe. Sit there and be like, oh shit, I could cliff dive, right? Not gonna know if you don't jump off.
Yeah.
You can sit there and just be mesmerized by it and let time tick you by, or you just gonna say, fuck it, cannonball.
That's it. Just
Face
send
first.
it. I love that, dude. That's cool. We're kind of the same in that, bro. Like just that adrenaline. I'm sure you get such an adrenaline that you get addicted to, like in training and in sparring.
Yeah. Well,
and then overcoming it.
Bike riding or mountain biking.
Matt, that takes you to another level.
Yeah. Have you ever done that?
Mountain biking?
Yeah.
I went one time to Angel Fire.
My God.
This is where they take you with the ski lifts and all that.
Uh-huh.
Dude, that's the scariest thing ever. I ride my bike. I showed up with my bike helmet. I was like, let's go. There's dudes with like full freaking things.
Bro, I showed up with gym shorts and a hoodie. And I was like just mobbing. Like, oh no, we're actually going up to the foothills.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Oh, yeah, cool. What does that mean? And then when I saw what it meant, I was like, oh, fuck.
Yep. And it's not one of those sports where if you fall, you're like,
oh no, yeah, for sure.
You're eating a tree, dude.
Yeah, or a cactus.
Or a cactus? Did you ever take one out or what? Or did you fall in a cactus?
No, but I almost came close to it. I was up in the foothills fucking around.
They're at La Luz, those areas.
Yeah. I didn't have a helmet on either. I was just going it. I forgot what I did. But I learned how to bike ride now. Or I learned how to mountain bike. So I'm like, shit, I want to go do this. I think I hit like the front brake or something. So I fell forward and rolled. But as I did it, I just broke. I was like, jiu-jitsu.
Tuck and roll.
Yeah. Hey, anything happens.
That's the biggest mistake people can make when they fall is like put their arms out and do that. That's how you snap your freaking elbow.
Yeah. I'm like, you can grab me.
I'm just Just accept it.
And then they're like, all right, go do it again. I was like, wait, what? I'm like, nah, man, I'm walking the bike from right here.
Heck yeah, dude. Let me know when you go riding, bro. We'll take a little cruiser. Now that it's getting warmer.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I got my little bike. It's like half road, half mountain.
Nice.
But
you ever
good enough.
Tried one of those electric bikes?
I see them everywhere, though.
Savages.
Everyone has those.
Yeah, I'm like, this is cheated.
Yeah.
There's,
I mean, it's I could see it from like an old person's perspective.
Oh, for sure.
Like confidence to just do whatever. But like, you can't be like, yeah, let's go for a mountain bike, and then just this battery's just driving you. I don't know. Softies. Just kidding.
That's how I used to do that up in the hills in San Francisco. Bike up there.
Just
Miserable.
uphill all those and then send it down.
And go down.
Dang. I wanted to bring up because you said this last weekend. You went to you were in Vegas, right? For the fights.
Yep. Helping my friend out and help Don Telmaze help him out for his fight.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good experience.
Yeah, and this was at the Fight Expo, or not the Fight Expo? The what's it called?
The UFC PI.
PI.
And at the Apex Center.
The Apex Center, yes.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's dope, dude.
Yeah, that place is it's a mind fuck to be up in there. Like, man, so many great people have come through these doors and it's still here.
That place just carries history. Vegas is the fight spot, dude.
Vegas looks like a good little place, man. I had a good little setup. I know a lot of good people out there, so I'm like, man, being able to cross train, go back and forth is dope.
That would be sick, dude. You just drive out there?
Yeah, 8-hour drive.
It's not bad, huh?
Not at all.
It's not bad when you're not hungover. Because like I've made that drive like dead, and I'm like, I'm never doing this. Well, going there, you're having a blast, but on the way back, you're like, wanna.
Yeah, miserable.
Yeah.
It was miserable. I mean, I left as soon as the fight was over. I was like, fuck, well, here we go. And I just put a bunch of music and it was like, all right, cool.
Heck yeah. How did your guy do?
He lost through he got a heel hook.
Oh, those heel hooks, bro.
Jiu-jitsu, damn Brazilians.
Dang. I actually didn't get to watch this last fight card, but
yeah, it was
I'm gonna catch up on it because it was a fight night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch up on it.
Seattle one coming up soon too.
Oh yeah. Is that the one that Cejudo's on?
Yep. He's headlining it, right?
Heck yeah.
Dominic Cruz was supposed to be fighting on it too, but then
I know.
Fucking shoulder injury.
Dude, that guy. I feel bad for him. Yeah. Dude, and then you went to Abu Dhabi too, didn't you?
Yeah, for the same same thing. Dontel helped me out, brought me out there. I was able to go help him out, train him.
That's sick, dude. What weight is he?
He's heavyweight.
He's heavyweight too.
Yeah, savage, dope ass heavyweight. Being able to train with him is blessing. Being out in Dubai though, man, 31 hours to fly.
That's how long it takes to get there.
It took us. The UFC
Are you doing like crazy connection flights like throughout the whole way?
It made no sense.
Like you go this way and then go back this way and then go this way.
Yeah. They flew us from Albuquerque to Los Angeles to Paris, Paris to Dubai.
Jesus. Was it pretty sick out there though?
It was interesting.
It was just different culture.
Cultureful, yeah, for sure.
Everybody's like everyone's nice. Is everyone so nice?
So nice. They just, they don't even acknowledge you, right? Like a woman can't like look at you, man. Just kind of just stare in front of you. And,
you're like, dang, am I ugly? None of these girls
I know.
look like me.
But I mean, like me being me, like coming from the hood, I'm like always looking at everybody. I'm like, oh, what did you got? What's this? I'm like, oh, you don't have to worry about that over here. But I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro. That's a whole different world.
Yeah.
That's cool though that they made that Abu Dhabi place exist. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's a lot of big stakeholders from that area of the world in the UFC.
Yep.
So it's cool to give them that.
The fight island.
Yeah, Fight Island.
At the time too during COVID, right? Like,
yeah, the fact that they pulled that off. There were some good cards there in Abu Dhabi. Cause is it an island in the Middle East? Is it like an actual island?
It's man-made, but it's Yas Island's an hour away from Dubai.
And it's a man-made island?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, everything's pricey up there. I went to this restaurant. I was like, hey, yo, how much is your plate? $200. I'm like, oh, cool. $200 Dubai money or whatever, right? They're like, nah.
200.
I was like, excuse me?
That's why they're all nice to the Americans, bro. Sure. They're like, these guys got some money.
100%. I'm like, nah.
Or they just think everyone's rich like them. Yeah. They're like, own
excuse me, right?
Leopards and stuff.
Instead, I went to Subway, got fucking footlong for $47. I was like, fuck this place.
$47 for a freaking Subway, bro?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. I didn't know it's that crazy.
Ridiculous.
I guess it is like real lavish, but
you're pretty much like a tourist attraction place, right? Because it's like SeaWorld, Ferrari World, Warner Bros.
Yeah,
World,
like all of the biggest companies ever. Dang, that'd be sick to buy a watch out there.
Yeah, 100%.
Like just like a sick custom made one.
Yeah.
My friend got me into watches recently, bro. I've been
nice.
I mean, I don't know a lot about him, but I was always, because I'm like, dude, you pay that much for a watch? I still don't like feel good about buying watches, but when I get them, I'm like, dang, actually.
Having things around my wrist, I was like, not really. It's just weird to me.
Yeah.
Fighting, right? Like I don't like have anything on me. I don't have no jewelry because I'm like, yo, I can send it at any time.
Yeah. Yeah. As a fighter.
Watches are dope. That's a nice watch.
Thanks, bro.
You
My
get
dad
one
got
out
it
there
for
in
me.
Dubai.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That's goals. That's like,
You'll get there.
you know, life goals. Just to get a rollie in Dubai, imagine.
1 or 2 years.
Yeah. Easy.
Tops.
No. We'll see if the podcast blows up.
Oh, you know.
But like with fighting and stuff, like do you have any fights coming up?
I'm trying to. I'm looking into fighting. I'm staying a student, so I'm just
Mm-hmm.
looking at all the heavyweights out in this region.
Mm-hmm.
Just messaging all these promotions, letting them know that I'm staying ready.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of cards with heavyweights in them. And I've messaged them like, "Hey, yo, like if anyone pulls out,
Yeah.
send it."
You gotta market yourself.
Pretty much.
That's challenging in a whole different way.
It's been an annoying part in fighting. One thing about me is like I don't care who I fight. I just want to fight. Just throw me in, right? But there's a lot of politics when it comes down to all this.
Yeah.
So
Different promotions.
Everything.
Damn. That's tough, man.
Yeah.
I could see you in the UFC one day.
Yeah, one day I'll get there.
For
I
sure.
mean, that's the ultimate goal. I mean, my fighting style is gonna allow me to get there. But
It sounds like you have good connections too, you know.
Trying
Even
to.
just going to these cards and being there,
Showing face, right?
showing face, you become a familiar face.
But all of that doesn't matter if you don't win fights. So that's my homework. Is
That's
just
the
to
main
win
thing.
Fights. Yeah.
That's the main thing.
So at the end of the day, this time right now that I'm not in it, I'm being a student.
That's good,
I'm
man.
just here soaking it in. I'm training as everywhere that's anywhere. It doesn't matter. I'm like, yo, as long as you want to sit there and train, let's go do it.
Yeah. It's all about timing.
Yeah. My schedule is all over the place. I train like I said, I go through so many gyms out here. Thankfully, all of them have helped welcome me with their arms, and I just get some work in with everybody. So it's fun.
Yeah. That's good. One of these days, you're going to look back, you're going to be in the UFC and be like, dang, I'm glad I had that grace period to like take it to that next level.
Yeah. And that's the thing that, like I said, you can't beat mother time or father time, as they say, right? So it's like, there's no point in trying to rush it. But
Yeah.
It's also like, I'm also like at that point where I'm like, yo, like as an athlete, you have that time, fortunately.
And you're in your golden years right now.
At 31 years old.
Those are like prime time.
Ready to go. But then that's the funny part too, right? You realize that at 25 years old, I was like, fuck, man, I was doing so much sessions. I was like, yo, let's go. And now I'm like, hold up a second.
Yeah, you wake up out of bed. You're like, what the heck is that?
I sneezed wrong.
Oh,
Damn
dude.
it.
I feel you on that. Dude, I like twisted something just getting out of bed the other day. It's like stupid.
Yeah, and being a bigger person, I just the worst.
Oh, yeah. Just put some dirt on it, bro. You'd be good.
Yeah, so I mean, as far as the fight comes, like I said, I'm trying to fight as often as I can. I'm just
Mhm.
looking and seeing what I could get as far as where my managers get me, what
Yeah.
they say, I'm just waiting to see what they say. I want to the mega fight March, April, May. It's been 6 months since my last fight, so in that 6 months I've learned how to study about myself. I learned everything about myself.
Mhm.
I've got to that point where you got to be okay with who you are and what you're doing in life.
Yeah.
And that's your main focus, right? And my last fight, I've learned a lot of lessons. Whereas, like, you can't go into a fight camp with a lot of personal shit in your life going on.
Mhm.
You have to go in there fully focused about learning about going there. You're about to go into a war.
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, shit, this happened. I had a bad day 3 months ago because of this.
Yeah.
So
Again, it goes back to that mental.
yeah. So you kind of learn how to break those emotions off, right? You kind of
Yeah.
become heartless and you just kind of get obsessive, becoming the better version of yourself. That's honestly what I've been doing the past couple of months is just over-assessing of myself. I've watched all my fights over and over and over again to see what other people are seeing. Where are my openings? What would they do? What are they seeing? And those are the things I'm working at the gym now. So
That's cool.
I'm just, that's how you get better. I just study myself and be like, man, if I were to fight myself, this is how I would do it.
That's such a good approach because a lot of people only focus on the other fighter, the other opponent. But when you focus on yourself and your own mistakes, like how can I beat myself?
Yeah.
That's like a tough thing, puzzle to crack.
And that's the thing too, right? Like I'm going to have a grace period to fight these people.
Mm-hmm.
I could obsess about who I'm fighting when I get that contract. I could look at their videos. I could see what they're doing. I could study them at that point. But right now, it's all about me. So let's study me. Let me see what I'm doing wrong. Let me see if I drop my hands, if I do this, right? What's my ticks? Like there's a lot of ticks I've learned that I've had. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
Oh man, those habits are hard to break, dude.
Oh, for sure. But now that you're aware of it, now that I'm conscious, I'm like, okay, hey, let's go do this.
Don't drop your hands. Don't do this. Or when you get taken down, you always do this. Or give up a triangle or something like that.
You got to be 2 steps ahead, right? Like at the end of the game, at the end of the day, I have to understand how I would fight myself. I would have to understand like what's going on with that and a war plan for myself. But then other people could get it too.
That's true, man. The best fighters to me are the ones who are master trap setters.
Yeah.
And like you said, you're playing chess physically. You're almost seeing I'm gonna do this move. They're gonna respond this way. Then I'm gonna do this move. They're gonna respond this way. Mm-hmm. Like you're almost playing that out in your head. And that's in practice, but I guess in the real match, you're just free flowing.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, right? Where it's all like you start thinking about being the center of attention of things where it's all like, oh shit. Like that's the thing that I had to overcome. The biggest thing, because I was like, yo, I would never stay in the limelight. I never competed, right? Like I never would know what it felt like to wake up in 6 a.m. or in the morning and get ready to go compete in front of 1,000 people in the gymnastic mats or state champion or anything like that. Yeah. So I got to learn how to go through that. And bringing it back to like Dr. Chandler, what he's helped me with is understand like waking up with a vision of how your fight week should feel like. Mm-hmm. What are you going to be doing? Think about throughout the day and then let that ride out.
Like start from the morning you wake up.
Dr. Strange, right? You put in vision and it works.
Yeah. Yeah. I even like how I think Connor did it. He put the UFC crowd in his gym.
Yep.
I think that's so smart. Just getting used to this is what it's going to feel like. This is what you're going to see. Because one little thing throws you off, dude. Like I know even with me with wrestling, there would be one thing that would happen in the crowd or one conversation where it's distracting you.
Yep.
And then you end up losing just because that one little thing.
Yeah. You have people that do
You see your ex-girlfriend in the crowd talking to some guy. You're like, what the frick?
Yeah, like, hold up a second.
I'm just kidding. That's never happened to me, bro. I could just imagine. So my dad, he's a state champ wrestler. He grew up, he wrestled in the Marines, and he always tells everyone, even because he's been with my mom since like high school, and he's like, yeah, I would have been a 2-timer if it wasn't for your mom. He's like, he was in the finals or something, and they were like on a break, and she was like talking to some dude. He kept on looking over, and this dude just beat him. So he's like, yeah, I would have been a 2-timer, but
she was a knob.
I'm like, dude, don't blame it on her, bro. She was an
handled your shit. You should have handled it.
I know, bro. Controlled chaos.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is learning how to erase all that off, right? That's the life of the game of the fight.
Yeah, and then social media too, bro. It's so distracting. Even just having these things in our pocket all the time.
Horrible.
Like it'll suck like 1 hour. Like, dude, lately. I'm not kidding. I'll like look at a reel and then it'll like 20 minutes gone. And
I'm like that.
What the heck, dude? What just happened? Yeah. It's almost like we're plugging into the Matrix and you pull out and you're like, wait, the whole 4 hours went by.
That's my biggest thing is I'm horrible on social media. I try to be as active as I can and try to do as much as I can on it.
Yeah.
I just love punching people.
Yeah.
The sound of a fucking.
And it's like a different world now where like all these fighters are self-marketing. These guys are doing clever reels and, like who's really good at that or like who kind of took off with like TikTok and all that is like Michelle Watterson and Holly Holmes. These girls are doing like funny island boy things and Sean O'Malley's good at it too. But just show I like your aura. Just freaking show up and just freaking murder people.
Exactly.
Don't you have a tattoo of Michael Myers?
I do.
Dang, that's gangster.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a whole sleeve of horror films tattooed on me.
You like horror films?
Yeah, big time.
Dude, I'm obsessed with them.
Yeah, nice.
I don't get to meet a lot of people that like them. They're like, what? Like slasher guy? Or just out of those characters. So growing up as a kid, to me, the two ones that haunted me, that like just stuck with me was Chucky and It the Clown.
Oh, nice.
As a kid, like I think I had older cousins, right? And so my parents would drop me off. And all the older cousins would like hold me down at like 4 years old and make me watch like
shit.
So I think that's why I ended up liking it more down the road because I was exposed to it real early.
Yeah.
So like I could watch it without like feeling anything.
I didn't have any cable in my house, so that's the only thing I had were my brother's movies, and he had a lot of movies that were just like horror
Like
films.
those type of
I
movies?
just sit there and watch all of them day in, day out, over and over and over.
Dang. Just watch the same VHS.
Yeah, so when people are like, "Why do you got Michael Myers?" I'm like, kind of reminds me of my childhood. And they're like, "What?"
Can you talk about that more? Dude, so Michael Myers, is he your favorite?
Yeah, yeah. I like the way he kills people.
Yeah. He's kind of got that aura too, like you, like silent but deadly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he just gets the job done.
Yeah, here in New Mexico, there's been a lot of film, right? Like a lot of people like productions.
Yeah.
So I've been lucky to be in some film movies, and I'm just like, yo, the moment you guys need a serial killer in a mask to just come kill people,
Heck yeah.
you can pay me dog shit. That's all I want to do is just go around just
slashing on and off the camera, just tearing people
yeah.
up.
I don't have to say any. Don't give me nothing to say. That's just let me react this.
Do you have a favorite like scary movie or one that you like? If like you're talking to a dude that likes scary movies, what would you say is like?
I just all Texas Massacre.
That one's a good one. That one's a cool story.
Yeah, I like the story.
Because it's not just him.
No.
Like, he's, like, part of it, but the real, like, scary person's, like, the cop.
Yeah.
Or Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, that's a good one, too. I hate the orphanage, though. Or anything to do with, like little kids, like Children of the Corn.
Mm-hmm.
You see a little kid coming charging at me, I'm punning that thing so hard.
There's something more scary about, like, a little person attacking you.
Have you ever seen Orphanage?
I've heard of it.
Oh, man.
So I'm getting that one mixed up with Children of the Corn.
The Orphanage is the older lady who becomes, or who was a kid and like gets adopted and tries to do shit to the husband and shit.
Yeah, but she's really like that's based off a true story, isn't it?
Yeah.
She was like trying to poison them or something.
I beat the shit. Oh my lord.
Or dude, have you ever seen the Leprechaun?
Yeah.
Like, that dude creeps me out.
Leprechaun in the hood.
In the hood, yeah, they made it like funny. Dude, one time I was going through a haunted maze, or I don't know what things they have in Albuquerque, and one of the props, it was like a real little person dressed as a leprechaun, and he was chasing you, dude. I think I kicked him, dude. Actually kicked him.
Yeah, that's it.
That was the one thing that set me off.
Yeah, I can't do it. If I see that, man,
a little ankle slasher.
God, yeah, especially Children of the Corn. When I see those kids, I'm just like, yo, man, just punch them. What do you mean? I see a kid running at me. No, I mean, I love kids. Don't get me wrong. Shout out to the kids.
You're all but if one steps
but
up.
If y'all, I'll be quick to fly knee you real quick.
Yeah. There's a lot of good slashers, bro. I mean, not anymore, really.
No, it's.
I guess they're at the point where they're just recycling stuff.
Yeah.
Like even they're doing the 28 years later now. That one, I'm about it, but
I like the what was that, man? I can't think of the name right now. The demonic one with Laurie.
It's like a demonic one?
Yeah.
Like Exorcist
The
style?
Conjuring. There you go.
Oh, The Conjuring.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that series is cool.
Yeah.
There's like a whole like
series of it.
Like a connecting world of it, right?
That motherfucking Annabelle doll is real.
Oh, it's like,
up.
Is it based off of like a real?
Yeah, it's locked up. It's a real doll. It's a life thing, right? Isn't that the crazy part?
That's terrifying.
Yeah, they have it locked up, blessed 24/7.
They just go in there and like, keep it in contained. Like glass is gonna.
100%. Is a room that I don't know. I don't know how true it is. There's probably like a museum of this out there, but pretty sure there's some shit out there in this world.
Oh yeah, dude. So whenever I've told this I think on the pod before, but when I was little watching that Chucky movie, my neighbors that I would go play at their house at the time, their parents had one of those Spencer's Chucky dolls, like a real one in their closet.
Yep.
And so I watched that movie, and then I go to their house, and I'm like, oh, that thing's gonna get me, dude.
And with the Bride of Chucky.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, those are they're fun movies.
Dude, we need to go snowboarding.
Yeah, that'd be fun to watch me just wipe somebody out. I mean, that's the thing. I'll go do it, but
actually, no, I shouldn't, because I don't want you to get hurt and freaking then blame it on me, and then you beat me up.
No, that's the biggest thing. That's why I'll fall all day, because I know ACL, MCL. Nope. I see those injuries. I'm like, yo, fuck that.
So you just fall, tuck and fall. Yeah.
All day. I could do that all day. I don't care if I fall. I fall so many times in my life. You don't care about catching myself differently. Ugh.
Are you going to go to the BKFC fights coming up?
Probably.
I think there's some in a couple weeks.
Yep, a few weeks. I've been helping those guys get ready for it, actually. So, yeah, hopefully. I'll be
probably
going out there.
show up, too.
Yeah.
Anything with violence, I love, dude.
Oh, yeah.
The
Bare knuckles
BKFC
crazy.
fights are fun to watch.
Yeah. 30 seconds and then that's it, huh?
That's the closest to street fights, yeah, that you could get, really. It just sucks that their hands break so easily. That's the thing that's like, one straight jab the wrong way, all of a sudden your hands broke.
Yeah. But then also going to those events were funny because you just got all these like puffed out people like ready on edge.
Oh, I know.
Just chill out. We're here to watch the fight.
Yeah. That's my homie. I went to middle school with him.
My God. Then you go to the bathroom, it's just a bunch of, I'm ready to fucking fight. I can fight anybody here. I'm like, not really, but all right.
15 Bud Lights later.
I know.
I'm like, how about you go fight that case first? Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Let me get my Trulies out.
Yeah.
All right.
I went to I don't know if it was the last one. I went to the one where John Dotson, I think, was the main one, dude. That was, so around that time I had Kai Stewart on the podcast, that BKFC guy. And he's blown up, dude.
Yeah,
he's like,
getting out there,
he's still undefeated. But he was the one who got me to want to go to that. And then after going to that, then I really like started watching it more.
Yeah.
And it's cool because they get fighters that maybe they can't be UFC prime anymore, but they can still scrap. And it's, as a fight fan, I'll take my money.
Yeah, let's do it.
Would you ever do BKFC or no?
No, not yet. I mean, my goals are pretty set on stone. I want to be a champion. I want to be in the UFC. That's where my ultimate goal is. And BKFC is far away from that.
Yeah.
So people keep on like, hey, you should go. Nah. Like all these other, like, I mean, I'll do them just because I love fighting. But my ultimate goal is UFC.
Yeah.
So it's not like.
That's the Mecca.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to go in there and be like, all right, here's karate combat for.
Yeah, and then even like you don't see a lot of people going from like BKFC to UFC. No. Or like a lot, you know what I mean? Like it's usually the other way around.
Yeah. So I'm good on that. I've been in too many street fights. Like I said, growing up in the hood, in the Bay Area, you learn. And I don't miss the sensation of my hands just hurting all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they still do, but it's different.
Have you ever got like a serious injury fighting or anything like that?
Not fighting, but in the streets I have.
Streets.
I got a metal plate in my hand.
Oh, on your right?
Yep. I got broken. I got like 6 plates, metal plate down here.
Jeez. So that's the man with the iron fists now.
Yeah, that's the one that gets me paranoid where I'm like, fuck, if I break this shit.
Oh, broken with metal.
Fuck. It took me 2 years to recover from that. They gave me one surgery. And the day they got my cast off, I was walking up the stairs.
Yeah.
And I fucking tripped and I caught myself with my hand on the stair and just broke
dude.
it. I was like, fuck.
That's freaking life right there.
Yep. And then that's when we were like, hey, let's do another one, but this time you're gonna have a metal plate in there. Then I was like, all right, cool. When I first started my first fight, I just remember praying. I was like, man, God, please. Let me just be okay to be able to just pass this. Because I had no idea the damage I've done. Like I drank a lot. Like for 6 months of my life straight before fighting, I was drinking every single day. I was drinking 4 Locos, passed out, fucking blackout drunk, wake up in the hospital a bunch of times. I was just all over the place.
Dang, man.
It got to the point where the nurses were just like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like
just going just off the rails kind of.
Exactly. And then that's where like, found fighting and I was like, oh shit.
So your life's always been chaotic.
Always. It's been a ticking bomb over where I'm just like, wow. But now I just learned how to adapt through it. Now it's like, fucking life is always gonna be chaotic. It's
just control it.
Exactly.
Do you have siblings? Did you grow up like with a lot of siblings?
Yeah, I have a brother. Yeah.
How's your guys' relationship? Like were you older or younger?
He's my older brother. He used to beat the shit out of me.
So I was gonna say
until I grew until I grew up and he was like, fuck. But it's funny because I'm half El Salvadorian. So I'm Salvadorian and my dad was from the Netherlands. So that's where it makes me. But we have same moms, different dads, and his dad's fully Salvadorian. So he stayed very low, and I'm almost the tallest one in my family.
So each year,
I'm like, yo, come on now.
You're like, I never forgot those years, bro.
Right? I still want it, but still. But now we're cool. I fucking love that man.
Heck yeah.
I've seen him grow and become such a bigger inspiration to me in my life now where I'm like, all right, man.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You always want your people that you grew up with to, grow with you.
Yeah. My family's my biggest, like, out everything. They're the ones that were like, hey, go do you. We got you.
That's
whatever
sick,
happens, right? But go do you.
Dude.
We'll figure your shit out.
That is that's encouraging to have people like that in your corner.
I mean, like, shout out to my mom, my stepdad, my brother.
They still back in Cali?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, well, we go back and forth. I'm trying to go back and forth.
That's cool, bro. That's you have a pretty cool story, bro.
It's
and I'm
fun.
excited, man. It's still being written.
Yeah, it is.
It's still being written.
I got to sit here and write a book of all the bullshit I've been through. You know, that's how it goes sometimes.
Hey.
That's just focusing on the fighting. That's what I said. That's why I love fighting. It helps me stay alive, helps me stay focused, and helps me level up to become the better version of myself.
That's cool, man.
And that's essentially
One up yourself.
Yeah, that's all you could really do, right?
Yeah.
Everything else is not going to matter.
I mean, when you're at the end of your life, you would hope that you progress throughout. But it's usually like this,
Always,
you know. Yeah. But as long as you bounce back and you show up.
Man on the Moon on full blast. Man
Let's
on the Man
go.
Part 2. Anything Kid Cudi, right?
I was bumping. I don't know what I was bumping the other day. I was bumping that album. There was this song. What was it? Oh, Mojo So Dope.
Oh, yeah.
That song gets me, dude.
Yeah. It was funny. A lot of people had a lot of setbacks. They're like, "Whoa, it's not Man on the Moon." I'm like, everyone always talks about Cudi, but they're always all like, "It's not the same."
Oh yeah,
like,
they say it's not Man on the Moon 1, Man on the Moon 2. But each album, that's why that's what like we were saying, growth.
Yeah,
it's like if you keep playing the same 2 albums, it's not the same.
He could talk about he could talk about what he's been through so many different times in life. But why?
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's
let
true.
the man move on. Let him grow. It's good to have him his growth. Not every song has to be about how much he hated his life.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, let him be happy too.
That's true. Yeah, that is very true.
Like, everybody just wants that and that. Oh my god.
But I mean, Man on the Moon 3, he brought it back a couple years ago. I liked it.
God, I just saw that. Right?
It's probably right here, or this is part of it. This is like 1, 2, and 3. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah,
You ever seen him live?
I saw him live in 2010.
Man.
He came to New Mexico one time.
Damn, did he?
Yeah.
Shit.
You never seen him?
I have, yeah.
What'd you think? Did you like it?
Yeah,
That was one of the funnest concerts I've ever been to, bro.
Top 10. Like anytime I see him go on tour, full send. I'm like, yo,
Dude, let me know. Let me know if you want to go, because
I ball out for those tickets. I'm like, yo, man, that man saved me through so much shit in my life. That album in life just alone, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Still to this day, I can still listen to that front and back and just be like, fuck.
Dude, that's so sick. I'm the same way, bro. Word for word, play it from beginning to end. It's cool or funny because all the kids, I used to give kids rides to high school, kids that I grew up with. Everyone's always in your truck in high school. And all my friends, they knew every word to that album too, just by being in the car with me.
Yeah.
And even like his experimental stuff, like Indie Cut and all that. I like that, dude.
Yeah.
King Wizard.
Yeah.
He was like playing around with production.
With Kanye West too, right? They
Oh
had
yeah,
that little
Kids See
thing too.
Ghosts.
Yeah.
That was cool. That's one of my favorite collab albums actually. That's why I got those 2 right there, bro.
Oh damn.
Those 2,
Yeah.
the Big Bro, Little Bro dynamic. I like it.
You ever seen that video of them performing it live on that big ass, like, I think it's in Paris.
Oh,
or
it's like the
something.
floating stage. Yeah, because they were like enemies at the time, and then they finally hashed it out.
Yeah.
Dude, I love to see that.
Yeah, hopefully one day.
Yeah, who
There's
knows,
a lot
bro.
of shit going on in this world with them.
I know Kanye's freaking going off the rails again.
I know. Poor
Cudi
man.
seems like he's in a good spot.
He's just recovering from that.
Surgery or something.
Yeah,
or what?
fucking jumping off Coachella.
Oh
and
yeah,
shit.
so he's still dealing with that. He
Yeah.
was supposed to have a tour, huh?
Yeah,
So he still hasn't had the Insano tour.
Man. Nope, not yet.
It's all about timing.
He said it was gonna be this year. He's like, oh, I just saw that he got booked for a show, so I'm like, okay, he's doing shows now. So, fucking
Dude, I don't have him sit on a freaking wheelchair, bro. I'll
That's
still
all you
be there.
need.
Yeah, we don't need you jumping off stages and stuff.
We don't need none of that. You just, man, we understand.
We get you, dog.
40-something years old now.
Yeah.
Just chill out, smoke some weed, and we'll have a good time. It was dope though. I saw him in Denver, and I was like, "Fuck, man, this experience was crazy." Denver definitely put it down for him.
Heck yeah. That's sick, dude. When was this?
This was his last show, 2023, I think.
That's sick, dude.
I drove up there, and I just was like, "Yo, I'm here."
He's made a lot of good songs. Like, so that's a good time. So, like, Man on the Moon 3 was already out.
Yeah, but he wasn't doing any of the old stuff. It was all his new shit.
Like Insano type vibes.
No, this was before Insano.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was all,
That's, dude, the
it
thing
was
about.
dope, though. Regardless, I was like, yo, like.
I still know all his new stuff too, bro.
100%.
So. He's one of those artists where I could probably, every word.
Every single thing,
Mm.
yeah.
Do you go to a lot of concerts, like, when you can or not really?
Not anymore. I used to. I used to be all about concerts, but not really out here.
Yeah.
The scene's kind of dying out here. It seems
Yeah,
like.
they got like the big pavilion ones, but
Yeah.
it's like I don't go to them anymore. It's just too far. It's too. I mean, it's cool, but like I like the intimate concerts though
Yeah.
too. Like
Yeah.
I used to go to the Al Rey a lot,
Okay.
and I would love like finding artists before they blew up. You know, like I was really
Yeah.
into it a lot more back then. But I would get to see like I think one of the biggest artists I saw at the Al Rey that still to this day is probably my favorite is Kendrick, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Dude, like when he came out with swimming pools. So he wasn't like
Big.
so big. He was still the
Yeah.
Al Rey. But like those intimate concerts where they're like right there and everyone's standing, those are the ones I like.
I used to work for Google, and they had a thing at Outside Lands, and he was one of the one of the closers or whatever.
Yeah.
I was able to see him there. I was
That's
like,
sick. He throws down, huh?
Yeah, you're like so small, I could just pick you up.
He'll kill you with those words, though.
1,000%. It was
Just freaking.
I want no part.
Oh, dude, he left a massacre with Drake.
Oh, 100%. He's been my biggest motivation for my fight camps. Dude.
Yeah.
It's just Kendrick and Cudi. That's been on my nonstop playlist.
Dude, that's sick. I
You know,
love that, dude.
there's
Cudi
a-
vibes all day.
Right? And then Kendrick's Darkness.
Kendrick's
Love it.
Darkness, throwing some Doom. I like that song Vomit Spit by Doom. I play that when I'm working out a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like just those old school, like that old school. It's like a loop,
Uh-huh.
like those loop beats.
Nonstop. Yeah.
And that gets me going.
Yeah.
I like EDM a lot too. I used to go to a lot of techno stuff.
Damn, did you?
Yeah, I used to love going to like
Got all the
I don't know.
bracelets and shit.
I don't like there's so many genres of it that I only just like artists, you know?
Uh-huh.
Like the same everyone's just like, "Oh, it's just that." But there's certain artists that, you know, they stand out. So,
I've been trying to
I can't handle going to a festival now though. I
No.
don't think, dude. I don't know how I did like 3 days in a row.
Shit, back to back to back.
You have to yeah, you have to be in your youth.
Do you go to comedy shows?
I've been lately
Yeah.
a lot more, especially since I started the pod.
Yeah.
I get like a lot of comedians invite me to go to Casadas or whatever.
Yeah.
I love comedy.
Yeah.
You like going to shows?
Yeah, I just went to. I just saw. What are those kids? The kids from Kill Tony. They just showed up here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that little one,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then the Hispanic dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
How was that, dude? Was
It
it,
was
a good
cool.
show?
Yeah. It was kind of cool. I've never been to that. I've never been to a comedy show like that. So I just kind of jumped in and was like, "Oh shit, this is kind of dope.
It
It's kind of
is.
chill. It's cool vibes."
I like the vibe that the comedy shows have, where
Yeah.
everyone's just there to have a good time, laugh. Like
Yeah.
you're going there to have a good time.
I'm super new to it. I mean, like, it's just something brand new, and I was like, "Oh shit, all right." But I just went to the one in Santa Ana. I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of
Mhm.
comedy places out here that I haven't even like acknowledged or checked yet.
Dude, there's a lot of good locals. I don't know where they pop. There's so many different shows now.
Yeah.
I'll connect you with some, like just ones that they have every Saturday or
I
whatever.
said you gotta do different things every now and days.
You have to,
You gotta
bro.
go sit
Who
there and
knows? You could be doing a stand-up set here just
one
for
day.
fun.
I think about it, but like I said, my main focus is just causing as much.
I keep trying to
violence.
distract this guy throughout the pod. I'm not a good influence. I'm like, let's go to a festival, bro. Let's go watch Kendrick.
I'll do it. Hey, I'll do it. I'll be the DD.
Dude, well, it's been a good experience. I'm glad we got to hang out, chat,
Thank
talk
you,
about
thank you.
fighting. We didn't get to go too much into like UFC and fights upcoming, whatever, but I'm glad we got to talk about your story, bro. I'm
Appreciate
excited for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And good things to come, bro. Just keep grinding. Stay getting better.
Hey, can't wait to see this hit number 1 on the I.
Let's go,
Oh, man, let's
baby.
go.
Hey, John Jones, you better reshare this one. No, just kidding. All right, guys, episode 91. Love you.